Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I thought I'd sit here and do some cards with you. And what I'd like to do is I would like to look at Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis, he is in some trouble. I believe he's being charged by Texas for kidnapping. And I believe he was also, they were also considering that in Massachusetts as well. So I'm sure if there's any way to hold DeSantis's feet to the fire, Massachusetts will, and Maura Healey and the ladies there will definitely make sure that that happens. Yay. Um, so I just want to see like where he's at. He seems to be the only person so far that has any chance against Trump, although I think that is kind of going away, but we'll see. Let's see. Ron DeSantis. Now, I do intend to do, as I did in 2020 and 2016, to do people's charts, the people who are running. There are a lot of Republicans running. I don't think any of them have a snowball's chance at this point. Although, who knows? You never know. We're still at least a year away from that, and a lot can happen in a year, it seems. Plus, the first runner up, or the one who has the most chance of winning, is under indictment. So let's see. Although Trump swears he's gonna run no matter what, run for president, even if he's found guilty. I'm not sure he can do that if he's found guilty. I think that might be disqualifying to run for president. So if his name isn't on the ballot, I don't know how he would do it. But there seems to be all kinds of shenanigans when it comes to that stuff. So let's take a look at Ron DeSantis. Yeah, so here we go. There's DeSantis, the cruelty. Yep. Blood on his hands. He is seen as cruel. This is the energy of Mars in, I think it's Mars in, hold on, is it Gemini? Mars in Gemini. Mars in Gemini. It's like a mental cruelty. He's mentally cruel. Let's see what's challenging that. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is, well, that's interesting. The Knight of Cups, challenging cruelty. I guess, how can he, what it feels like is, how can he sort of, he has the cruelty there. How can he make it into something else? Can he evolve it into something else that's more palatable, right? That's the challenge. Can he make his cruelty more palatable? Well, there you go. Isn't that what everybody wants to do with their cruelty? We have underneath it, we have the Prince of Cups. So this is somebody, the Prince of Cups or the King of Cups is somebody who, actually, I believe this is DeSantis's soul vibration. His soul vibration. But it is somebody who can be emotionally controlling, not willing to look at their own emotions, not willing to look in that place. All right, let's see what's in the past. We have the Prince of Wands. So this is the golden boy, is somewhat of a golden boy in the past. I think he was seen as a good possibility, right? A good candidate to bring the Republicans forward, because he was cruel enough, yet he was also young enough. In the sky, we have interference. So this is a sense that there are things that he might like to say, but he hasn't said. He's still under the thumb of Trump. He doesn't say things, just says a little stuff about Trump, but he tries to stay away from saying, Trump's a big fat liar. You should vote for me because I'm a less fat liar. I don't know. Not to fat shame anybody, please. No, I'm not. It's not going to be me who does that. Let's see what's in the immediate future. The Knight of Wands. This is about taking your show on the road. It's interesting because the Knight of Wands is in a lower sort of caste, right, than the King of Wands. The King, of course, has dominion. The Knight is the action of the king. So he's sort of gone from this possible kingly figure to somebody who has been demoted, and is traveling around and spewing what they believe. How it's seen from the outside, yep, not ready for prime time. 7 of Pentacles, failure, his domestic situation. We have the Prince of Discs. I almost feel like this is his wife, but he does have a lot of backing. This says to me that he has a lot of financial backing. Hopes and fears. The Hermit. I guess we hope he disappears. Sorry. Outcome. Yeah. 5 of Swords. Abuse of power and defeat. Yeah, he is not. These are terrible, terrible cards. The Knight, the King of Swords. It looks like some legal action could be taken. The 10 of Cups. And yeah, debauchery, the illusion, delusion. Yeah, even there may be some information that comes in about his college days or something, a drunken stupor of some sort. I don't know. Terrible cards for Ron DeSantis. Well, that couldn't happen to a nicer guy, quite frankly. All right, so that's Ron DeSantis. Then I want to take a look at Christie. He is really the only person who's saying anything negative at this point about Trump. So let's look at Christie, and we'll look at Pence. And then if we have time, we'll look at Nikki Haley. Now, I've only watched a little bit of the Republican. I can't really watch it. It's just too disturbing because they lie like rugs, and I don't want to hear it, honestly. But I find it interesting how they take themes that are true and that are mostly due to the responsibility of Republicans, and then they blame it on the Democrats. So they're pointing out everything that's wrong, but they fail to mention that it's themselves that have caused these problems. So, and so they say stuff, but then when it comes to like, what's the actual reason or the actual cause for things, it's like they lose their minds and they're talking out of their other orifices, we'll say. Let's look at Christie. Now, I'm originally from New Jersey, full disclosure, although I was not living in New Jersey, been living in Massachusetts now for 31 years. So 32 years. So I haven't been in New Jersey in many, many years, but my whole family's in New Jersey, and my whole family pretty much are teachers. And in New Jersey, he pretty much tried to bust the teachers union, which is a very powerful union in New Jersey. So I have no love lost for Christie. But he is a pragmatic guy, and he seems to be the only person who's telling the truth. Who knew Christie would be like the pinnacle of truth? But so far, we'll see. Because you can't really trust, right? Politicians are saying. All right, Christie. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands here. So he's on a mission. He's putting the word out. At least he's saying what he means, right? What challenges that? Indolence, laziness. He's seen as slothful, and unfortunately it's because he's big, because he's fat. If he was a thin guy, I think he'd have a much better chance. And it's a terrible thing to say because, if any, like myself, I know how that really changes people's perspective of you. Let's see what's underneath it. So he's being prudent, he's being careful. I think that's important. In the past, we have the Knight of Cups. He previously did try to warn us off. He's been one of the few people who has in the past said anything about Trump negatively. In the sky, so he's seen as courageous for what he's saying, so that's good for him. Immediate future, the Chariot. Things are moving fast for him, and he's on his soul's path. So whatever he's doing now is part of his what he's really here to do. How it's seen from the outside, we have truce, or in some cases, this is rest and recuperation. I almost feel like there's this sense of he's recuperating from the delusion that was Trump, and is sort of standing for the principles of the Republican Party, perhaps that before the pre-Trump Republican Party, or maybe maybe not the pre-Trump, maybe the pre-Newt Gingrich party. His domestic situation is not good, ruined, done, end of something. So I don't see, well, let's continue. So not good at home. Hopes and fears. Princess of Cups, hoping for good news, aren't we all, Chris? An outcome, the Prince of Discs. Prince of Discs. Let's continue. I want to see what else comes up with that. The Five of Discs, worry. The Five of Cups, disappointment. And the Lovers. I think he's going to lose his backers. I think he's going to lose his backers. Okay, that's what that looks like. All right, so I did DeSantis, I did Christie. Let's take a look at Mike Pence. Well, let me use a different deck on Mike Pence. Let's use just the Rider-Waite. I just happen to have it next to me here. All right, so these are the cards for Mike Pence. And then maybe we'll look at Nikki Haley. Okay, Mike Pence, whom, I mean, if I had a pick of all the Republicans, I'd have to pick Christie. And that's coming from a Jersey girl who can't stand him. So, but I'm not a Republican, so it's not an issue. You probably guessed by now. Right. All right, one more shuffle. One more ruffle shuffle. Whoops. Ah. Okay. All right, Mike Pence. How's it looking for Mike Pence? Yeah, he's carrying a lot of burdens. In fact, he's carrying so much crap that he can't see where he's going. He doesn't have a clear view of the finish line because he has to hold on to all this extraneous stuff that he should just be dropping. I don't understand why he can't let go of this. There must be something that Trump has on him. What's his challenge is to stay vigilant, to have firm foundations here. Neither one of these energies is very, like, there's when you get to this point in the wands, the wand energy, which is fire and passion, is pretty low. Here you're just hanging on for dear life, and this you're just like, ugh, right? Okay, so is that an actually an official, was that sorry. One second, I'll be right back. So let's see what's at the root of all of this exhaustion. He's not that mentally, he's very emotionally unstable. This is lunacy, or this is something that's been hitting is coming out. So there's a revelation, I think, that he's afraid of coming out. And that's why he holds back from completely saying something about Trump, because if anybody has the right to say something about Trump and what he did, is the guy that they wanted to hang for not breaking the law, right? Let's see what's in the past. We have the King of Cups. Could be another, we have that King of Cups again. Maybe it's an emotional blackmail of some sort. I also think that this King of Cups in the past is his energy, sort of like the dutiful family man who was holding the party line, right? Holding the party line, but not really examining their own feelings. Not really examining their own feelings. This is Trump's shadow vibration. And I think it's also DeSantis' soul. I'm not sure. I have to look Mike Pence up and see, because I've done him before. All right, let's see what's in the sky. King of Pentacles. This could be Trump. This could just be the oppressive, King of Pentacles in the sky. It's like that's in the way. Let's see his immediate future. Yeah, it doesn't look good. I think he's going to lose either way, right? He's going to not say it and lose, and he's going to, or if he said it, he the same stuff. I think it's all going to come out, honestly. Anyway, how it's seen from the outside. Just somebody who doesn't have the follow through, or maybe even the money. Just there's no there's just seems to be this. When I think of Mike Pence, I think of like somebody who's like completely like leaving his own rationalizations around stuff and maybe calling it Jesus. I wouldn't say, I don't know. I mean, he could be a very devout person. In his domestic situation, he's looking for his ships to come in. So he's waiting for something to come through. We'll see. Hopes and fears. Either he wants to go or he'd like to see Trump go. Let's get out of his way. This is also a card of abandonment. So he could have some abandonment issues and outcome. Yeah, he's doing the dance. He's doing the dance. He's not secure. Financial dancing around. In the background, we have the ups and downs, the emotional stuff. He doesn't have his footing. Let's continue. And a whole new path for him. So he is not going to win, although I don't think we ever thought he would. Here's the Lovers underneath, the Judgment card, and the Empress. This could either be judgment on him, or this might have something to do with Russia. And I don't think that he per se had anything to do with Russia, but he might have known something that was going on and he didn't say anything, which I don't know if that, I would imagine that's a crime, but I don't know. But yeah, so he's a no. He's a no. So we have DeSantis, terrible, terrible stuff. He's paying for what he's done already. Christie just is too chubby to win. I mean, if you just, I mean, it's terrible to say, but it's true. It's true. He just doesn't have the right He just doesn't have the right package, so to speak. All right, let's do Nikki Haley. Now, I've always found her, again, she says things that are true, and then she blames it on the Democrats, which isn't true. And then they're asking about, guns and stuff, and then she's talking about transgender, and it's just the whole Republican Party is so antithetical to life that I don't know how anybody, unless it's purely for financial reasons, would even vote for them. I just don't understand that. Like, don't vote at all, right? They're so terrible. But I'm sure there are some people who don't agree with me. So Nikki Haley, oh God, Nikki. Oh yeah, you're out of your league, Nikki. You're out of your league. That's the thing. I feel like she's trying to like fit in, and when everybody else walks away, she feels like maybe she'll be the person left. I don't know. Challenging. This is exactly what it is. When the shit hits the fan, she wants to be there to grab the wand of power. Let's see what's underneath it. She's laying low. She's laying low. She's not saying much. And she thinks and I felt like she did that with him. Like, she worked for him, but then she decided to not do it anymore. But it was all like, she never said anything bad about him. She just sort of hid away. And then they'll like pull her out like the bag that you wear to every wedding, right? Oh, let me get my sparkly bag and we'll put that with this outfit, right? In the past, we have strength. So she did have a certain amount of ability, really, to, I feel like this is her and Trump, perhaps, an ability to soften him by maybe just, this is a Leo energy. This could just be, saying all the right things to him and being quiet about the stuff that she may have disagreed with him on. Again, we have the King of Pentacles in the sky. This King of Pentacles keeps coming up for all of these Republicans. And I remember when I was doing a reading on Beto and the governor of Texas, which his name escapes me. And the last time I called him the guy in the chair, somebody commented that I was cruel. I'm not cruel. He's cruel. I just couldn't remember his name. Abbott. This card came up. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money with the Republicans and a lot of influence. And that's in the sky for her as well. Let's see what's in the immediate future. Again, she's in the same situation that Pence is in. Not being able to see clearly because of all this crap she has to carry around, which I'm sure she hates carrying around. I'm sure she's not like, yay. I'm sure she'd much rather say the things that she'd like to say, because she could win then, but she can't. Nobody can say anything. How it's seen from the outside. Well, we'll see. Justice. The scales are being leveled here. I don't exactly know what that means. Domestic situation. Sort of stuck in her rut here, not seeing the opportunities that are being offered to her. Hopes and fears that she won't run out of money. Outcome, the Queen of Cups. Well, she would see herself as that, the feminine, right? The feminine, the psychic. She will be judged. And the Hermit disappear. I don't see Nikki Haley doing well here either. Underneath it all, walking away, waiting for your ships to come in, and a relationship. I think she's waiting. I feel like she's she's the one on the team that's like, we'll put Nikki in, right? Who else is on the bench? Oh, Nikki, let's put Nikki in. So I feel like she's like waiting on the bench for her moment to come, in a very sort of in a way that many women have had to do through history. Like they can't assert themselves, and they have to wait for their turn, or wait for the situation to be just right for them to sort of sneak in. But I mean, of all the cards, of all the people I've done, and I haven't done Trump, of all the people that I've done, she probably has the best cards. But if she does get in, it's gonna be through like a weirdness, like some sort of weird. Maybe she'll be the vice president candidate for Trump. Maybe that's how she gets close, but I don't see her winning. All right, one last one. Let's do Trump, right? Let's do Trump. This is for the Republican nomination. I know the words. Republican nomination. One more, guys, one more. Trump and the Republican nomination. All right. The Hierophant. This is government. This is government, tradition, Taurus, listening to your inner self. It is the most powerful card that came up first off, right? First up, major arcana. Let's see what challenges that. The King of Pentacles. No. Let's just hold on to that for a minute. Let's see underneath it all. We have this is him isolated. He could very well be on some sort of arrest, and he has to do, they talked about Joe Biden winning from the basement. He might be winning from the basement, his nomination from the basement. Okay. In the past, we have money, moving money around, trying to balance the scales here with money in the sky, the Fool. So he's in for a whole new, he's going to be doing something he hasn't done before. That's what's in the offing. We have the Devil in the immediate future. So he's going to be exactly the way he always is. He's going to be more cruel. He's going to be all the terrible things that he is. He'll be like, that's it. Next 6 weeks, that's what he'll be. How it's seen from the outside. This is about people betraying him and telling the truth, which isn't really a betrayal. It's they're standing up for themselves. Domestic situation. Yeah, he may not be able to actually even say some things. I think they're going to put a lot of restrictions on what he can say about, maybe even about the situation that he's in now with these federal indictments. I don't know how they would do that, but I think they can. But whether or not he'll listen is a whole nother story. Hopes and fears. He hopes for a new beginning. And the outcome, yeah, he may not even get the nomination. There's the woman, the self-made woman. The Queen of Wands, another woman. I don't know what sign Nikki Haley is. And the Knight of Swords. Let's see what's underneath it. Yeah. Death. Hanged Man. And then the Ace of Pentacles, something new to begin. I'm not sure he's even going to get the nomination, honestly, with these cards. And maybe that's what Nikki's waiting for. Maybe that's what Nikki's waiting for. Okay, well, it doesn't, so far, it doesn't look good for any of the Republicans. And I'll do Joe Biden, and I guess I can do, there's Cornel West is running with the People's Party, and RFK Jr. We'll see what he can muster, but I don't know that. It's like he may win the nomination, but I don't think he's going to be able to be president. Very interesting. I wish I knew, I wish I could be sure, but I'm not. All right, guys, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Namaste.